This is probably the most important live stream video on precious metals that we have ever done because we have massive changes going on. Big, good changes in the world of silver, gold, all the precious metals. We're going to hear from the bond king. Big people are talking about precious metals. The king of hedge funds, the new king of silver, has a big message for us, and even Morgan Stanley. But there's so much going on, even just as we focus in on silver first, then we'll get to all of that. Guys, we are in a new paradigm, a new world for the precious metals. I think this could go on for a decade plus. Obviously, we're at $43 per ounce silver right now. We'll see later today on Sunday, September 21st, what happens going into next week. I think we have as good of a potential as ever going into this week for the silver price to continue higher. We've talked about it ad nauseum that we could easily move from this $42, $43, $44 per ounce range straight up to 50 and do that very quickly. So buckle up, buttercups. We could be in for a wild ride, but let's first look at some crazy things going on specific for silver, and then we're going to get to these big names that are signaling a major sea change, a major shift in the world right now as we are alive in the world of precious metals. Hey, before I do that, thank you for being here. It's a big deal that you join me down in the basement. I hope you enjoy your time down here with me. Please subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free. Okay, leave a comment in the comment section because we want to hear from you. We want to learn from you. Like, share, subscribe, all that great stuff. Super chats, donations are always super appreciated, never expected. Now let's get to the meat of this video. This is going to be fun, guys. We're going to start out with a piece of data that came from our friend Tavi Costa. Much respect for him. India is not letting up. Their silver imports have soared to record highs over the past 3 years. Make sure we got you on the screen, which we do. Much like the trend we've seen with gold, this shift deserves close attention. Central banks are the next logical major buyers of silver. Yeah, isn't that interesting? We think we know Russia's doing it. We heard some speculation about Saudi Arabia, but guys, everywhere we turn, there's good news for silver. He said, yes, this trend has already begun, but we're likely just getting started. Look at the imports. Unbelievable. I mean, you can see an overall trend going all the way back 20 years. And then if we change colors to, let's do yellow, just here in the last, 4 years, either way you look at it, the trend is way up. And don't forget, India, China, the East, they are the new force when it comes to precious metals. They are going to be the new source of what we call price discovery, as they are taking over the demand perspective. All right, we got to move on. Big news also this week, very interesting about things happening in the overall, I guess you would say, electronic side of silver. The SLV ETF, very interesting. Borrowing fees, this was on Friday, were spiking higher. But what's key here, there were 2 days last week of 0 shares available to borrow. What that means is there were no shares of the SLV ETF available for people to sell short. We've got major big developments going on in silver and gold, but in particular in the silver market. Let's go to the next piece of, this is fun. This is big, right? Right. The cup and handle that we talk about, again, another one from Tavi Costa, but the cup and handle that we talk about exhaustively. Oh, hold on here. Having some tech issues. We should be back. Yep. Let's make sure you guys are still here with me, which you are. Okay. And hold on here. Okay. With 7 days left, the quarter end is almost up. September 30th will be the end of the third quarter. Okay. Silver is on track to post its highest quarterly close in history. If this closing level holds, it would mark a major technical breakout. Cup and handle formations like this often precede sharp, sustained moves once all-time highs are breached. Of course, do your own due diligence, all that great stuff. But what he is saying on this chart, on a quarterly basis, guys, oh boy, it's been a week. Let's get the crayons out. What color you want? Pick a color. I know you picked orange. Okay. Look, going all the way back to 1980, we had $50 silver. The price went down. In 2011, we hit $50 silver again. Do you see that? That is called a cup, okay? I need to erase part of that. Can I erase something here? I think I can. Hold on. Oh, yeah, look at that, guys. Anyhow, that's the cup. From 2011 till now, we've been forming the handle. Okay, see how that looks like a cup with a handle? If we close up here, which I believe we will by Friday, I think by Friday we could be talking about $45 silver. We will have broken out of this cup and handle on a quarterly basis. We will be up here, okay? No, we will be here. This is what you're going to look like. You already look like that. You're going to have a smile on your face. This is big news, a quarterly close, which will be what? Today's the 21st. I guess that'll be a week from Monday. Or will it be? I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's in 9 days from now. Will be a massive, massive, massive deal. Okay. There's no shorts. Last week we had 2 days with no shorts, no shares available to borrow on the SLV ETF. One more thing. Let's do a quick COMEX update. We're going to go out to Rafi Farber and hold on here. Rafi has the Endgame Investor Substack. He's loved and respected within the silver community. But I want to go to one chart that he shared here in the free version of his. This is the COMEX depository. We want to keep an eye on this. Something very interesting. This is the COMEX inventories. Okay. And something interesting is happening here. The green or the lighter green are the eligible. That's this right here. So you draw a little line. And the darker green are the registered. The registered and the eligible, but in particular, the registered stocks on the COMEX are really shooting higher. The registered stocks are the amount of silver that's actually available to be used to fulfill futures contracts. So there's all kinds of weird stuff going on between the LBMA, the COMEX, inventory levels, the EFP, the exchange for physical level, the actual physical level of silver in the LBMA. And now we get this, that the registered amounts at the COMEX appear to be kind of shooting through the roof. The way you can think about this, okay, the difference between these registered and eligible stocks, the simplest analogy I can come up with, if you think of Twinkies, you know, those snack cakes, okay, and you think of Walmart as being the COMEX. Walmart has a certain amount of Twinkies on the shelves in their stores. Those would be the registered inventory. The number of Twinkies that they have in their warehouse, right, that they have but aren't available to be delivered to customers immediately, that would be the eligible stock. So I hope that helps. Very interesting developments again there. Now, what did the king of silver himself, the new king, the new Hunt brothers, David Bateman, this guy, right, that has massive, what does he have, 13 million or just shy of 13 million ounces of silver, over $500 million worth of silver? He dropped a bomb on us, and there's a reason why we want to listen to this, especially when we look at this relationship between silver and gold. And here he is. Sorry, guys, the tech is giving me a little trouble this morning, but now you can see this. David Bateman, there he is himself. Listen to this. I bought $400 million worth of gold, $400 million worth of gold last year. Must be nice. And bagged a measly 0.01% of the annual global mine output. So he spent $400 million and got, what, 0.1% of the total global gold output. I also bought $400 million worth of silver and purchased 1.5% of annual global silver stock. That's 1,500% more. Okay, percentage-wise. Do you get why silver is passing up gold now? It's the most coveted resource on Earth. Actually has far greater demand than gold. Okay. And he's a gold and silver guy, and I love gold and silver as well, but he's pointing out some crazy, there's more crazy, stay with me. I forgot to mention it early, another crazy fact about what's going on in the silver market in particular. But he said, I learned early in my business career not to make a private placement without knowing the total shares outstanding. What he means by that is that silver is actually from looking at it from his perspective, more scarce than gold at this point. Very interesting. And then here's an article he posted from Barron's. Gold is hot, but silver is hotter. So what's this? Look, I made videos about this 2 months ago. Nobody really paid attention. I think this is the biggest potential catalyst for silver, along with a few others that we'll talk about as we go into the next year. Something that nobody's talking about, okay? And that is jewelry demand, okay? Listen. And it's not just me now, right? You didn't listen to me 2 months ago. I don't blame you, okay? But now, oh, shoot, where did this go? Hold on. Bear with me. See if I can find. You get to watch me struggle for a few moments, and you see if I can find this article. Apparently, the tech is really giving us. Here we go. All right, let's pull that up. Hold on, guys. I got it for you here in 1 second, and boom. All right, there we go. Okay, this is from the Wall Street Journal, and here it is. Is this going to pull up for us? Yes, it has. Goodbye, gold jewelry. Budget-friendly silver is now, quote, cooler, sharper, and more fashion-forward. Silver jewelry can look grown-up, even luxurious if you wear it like this. This is an article from the Wall Street Journal. Why is that important? Because oh my gosh. Hold on here. Oh boy, bear with me, guys. We don't give silver jewelry its due. Okay, so on an annual basis, the amount of silver demanded for jewelry purposes is much higher than any of us realize. Look, we know there's already this precarious balance. This is the reason why it's important in the overall silver market. If jewelry were to skyrocket, and what did we just see from the Wall Street Journal, even though we talked about this 3-4 months ago, is that silver jewelry demand is skyrocketing. But why is that important? Because of this. Let me see if I can get this one pulled up for you. Hold on here. All right, and come on. Here it comes. It's coming, I think. It's happening. Okay, AI overview. I asked artificial intelligence, did you know in 2024, silver jewelry accounted for approximately 18% of total silver demand? Okay, now look, you may say, oh, just 80%. That's 1 in 5 ounces of silver that were demanded in 2024 were for jewelry. So take a step back. If we already have this precarious balance between supply and demand, we have a silver deficit already. We have for the last 5 years. We know that in 2016, we had peak silver output from the silver mining companies. If we have this 20%, 18%, but 20% demand component jewelry that is rapidly increasing, okay, while at the same time, think about this, retail demand for silver in the United States can basically only go up for here also. So you have jewelry, which accounts for 1 in 5 ounces of silver that's demanded. Then you have retail demand, which I read before I came on. They said it's like 30%, which seemed really high for me, but that can only get better. Jewelry's going up, retail demand going up, and wait, there's more. Industrial demand, we know ad nauseum, we've talked about solar panels, batteries, electronics, all that. Those are the 3 wise men of silver. And nobody talks about jewelry. The Wall Street Journal is now. Think about this. The 3 wise men, jewelry demand going up. That's 1 in 5 ounces. Retail demand can only get better from here. That goes up. And industrial demand, solar panels, all that stuff. I don't know, guys. Buckle up is all I can say. All right. It's going to be absolutely wild. All right. I'm going to make another video later on. We've gone long enough at this point. But look, Morgan Stanley is talking about gold and silver like never before, like publicly talking about it. We do have Ray Dalio, right, the hedge fund king, talking about it as well. And the bond king, Jeffrey Gundlach. big, big, big news. It deserves actually a separate video. And we've got data for you on the 8 largest countries in the world that are spectacular data. At this point, it's going to be exciting to see what happens tonight when the silver market opens. I really believe that next Sunday, we could be sitting here. I think we're in one of these situations. I don't say this very often. Those of you who've been in the basement for a while. And by the way, thank you for being here today. Don't forget to please subscribe to the channel. But next week, I think we're going to be in one of two places, and it skews toward the positive. I think we could easily be sitting down here talking about 45, 46, maybe even higher dollar per ounce silver. I think there's about a 63% chance of that. I think there's about a, what would that be? 37, maybe 30% chance that next week we could be sitting down here talking about $41 silver. I don't know. Ask yourself a question. Do you think that we are going to see a silver price again in our lifetimes that starts with the number 3 that is not 300? Are we going to be back into the 30s for silver? I don't know. When I look at everything going on, right, in the silver ETF market, in the COMEX, the fact that we've got India and China, these are massive players in the world right now. Look at that data we looked at earlier when it came to India. And look at what David Bateman, right, the new king of silver, told us. I think we're in for some wild, wild good times. Look, a lot of you sat down here in the basement with me when silver was $18, $16 per ounce. We knew the story. We knew the compelling reasons why silver was going to do very, very well. I almost forgot. Oh my gosh, I need to say thank you to channel sponsor First Mint, right? They're a mint in Las Vegas, Nevada, owned by First Majestic Silver. It's a great company. They got great selection, great service, great products. This is one that I am super excited about. This is their 10-ounce Folds of Honor bar. I can hardly hold this thing up. It is beautiful, right? It's the U.S. flag folded up, but there's a big special purpose behind it. I'm going to take you out to their website and show you this. This supports fallen and disabled members of the military and first responder community. Let me get you out to their website. Here we go. And all right. This is the website, firstmint.com. They got a number. All these products are unique. Las Vegas round, Year of the Snake, Year of the Dragon. They got a special right now, $1 over spot. First Mint is owned by First Majestic Silver, so they actually source their silver directly from the mines in Mexico. It goes from the mine to the mint directly to you. No COMEX or LBMA involved in that, but I want to show you the Folds of Honor bar. You can go to their website, like I just did. Go to the store, go down to Folds of Honor. They have a moving, touching video. Okay, what this and when you buy a Folds of Honor silver product from First Majestic, they make a donation to the Folds of Honor Foundation. Okay, Folds of Honor is a nonprofit foundation that provides educational scholarships to the spouses and children of fallen and disabled U.S. military members and first responders. Okay, they got a 1-ounce round. They have the 10-ounce American flag bar. There it is there. And then they also have the 10-ounce Folds of Honor bar. And as you can see down here, right, donations raised by First Mint right now, it's approaching $400,000. So if you love silver and you love a good cause, check that out as well. Also, hey, thank you to First Mining Gold. Gold mining companies, the whole gold mining sector is getting very hot right now. I'm not a financial advisor, right? Stocks, bonds, anything, all have risk associated with them. But First Mining's a stock that I've owned for years, long before they sponsored my channel. They have 2 huge development stage gold projects in Canada, Du Parquet, which is in Quebec, and Springpole, which is in Ontario. It's a great company. You can learn more about them at firstmininggold.com. All right, guys, let's see what happens later today. You may be watching this later today. I think we're in for some good times. All the things we talked about today, right, almost all of them point towards higher silver prices and higher gold prices as well. Most important, I want to say thank you for joining me down here in the basement. Take care of yourself, okay? And I will look forward